Welcome to Gentle Yoga. Leo Bray here on behalf of Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center in Palm Springs. Check us out online at urbanyoga.org or Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center on Facebook. See our class schedule. We have classes on Zoom every day, and 4 days a week you can join us in person if you're local, outdoors, Thursday through Friday morning. And there's also a tip jar there online where you can make contributions to support these class offerings that we have. And if you have yoga blocks, have them handy. If you have a strap or something to use instead of a strap, you might have the sash off your bathrobe or a towel along, like a bath towel, a scarf, a belt, a resistance band. Not everyone's got a yoga strap, but there are plenty of things you can use instead. We'll start out sitting today. So sit so that you're comfortable. Maybe that looks like this. Maybe it's different. You might also kneel. Some people like to kneel instead of sitting. Get comfortable. Feel into your contact with the floor. Maybe you're sitting up on a cushion or a block or something. Close your eyes if you want. Working up from the grounding, feel the rising of the inhale. Think of the length of your spine. Think of the crown of your head floating up when you breathe in, and the rooting down in your seat when you breathe out. Sitting tall without being stiff, without being rigid. Rest your hands wherever they're comfortable. As your breath gets deeper and slower, notice how that feels. Where you feel the inhales, where you feel the exhales. Scan your body and see what else is going on. Notice whatever is there to be noticed. Make particular note of anything you encounter that you'd like to have less of. Maybe there's some stiffness, maybe there's some soreness somewhere. You might think of sending your breath into such places, sending some ease and comfort to any trouble spots that speak up as you listen in. And also making mental note of these things so you can keep them in mind as we practice. Remembering that you are always welcome to skip or modify any portion of the practice to accommodate what's going on in your body. Whenever your focus drifts away from these central points, from noticing your breathing, from noticing what's going on in your body, just gently redirect, come back to center, turn inward again. If you wish to set any other intention more specific for yourself, you can do so now. Let that finish coming together and taking hold. With our intentions in place, let's take 3 deep cleansing breaths. Breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth with a sighing sound. Let your eyes open if they're still closed. And a massive yawn at the end of that clearing breath. Extended clearing breath. Bring your hands out to the sides. Rest your fingertips on the floor, keeping that length in your spine. Inhale, reach your right arm up alongside your ear. As you exhale, let your arm drape over your head. Let the weight of your arm draw your head over to the right. And if you want, lift your left hand, reach out through those fingertips. If your left hand is raised, let it come down. Let your neck stay relaxed. Let your right hand slide across your head and slide down to your cheek. Use your arm to nudge your head back to center. Let your right hand down. Inhale, lift your left arm. As you exhale, let it drape over. Let the weight of your arm gently bring your head to the left. If you want, raise your right hand a bit, reach out through your fingertips. If your right hand's raised, let it down. Let your neck stay passive. Let your left hand slide over and slide down, and let your arm nudge your head back up to center. Let that hand come down. Walk your right hand out behind you. Bring your left hand to your right leg. Inhale, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Exhale, invite your body to twist some more. Let yourself unwind and come back through center. And walk your left hand behind you and bring your right hand across. Inhale, find length again. Exhale, find your way into the twist. And let yourself unwind and come back to center. Rest your hands on your knees. Hi, Charlie. Inhale, bring your heart forward, let your head tip back. Exhale, draw your heart back, let your head tip forward. Dog's always on the job. Any vehicle that slows down or stops within sight of the window by the front door must be barked at. After your next exhale, sit up again. Let your chin come towards your chest. Start some nice slow circles with your head. Roll your ear towards your shoulder and let your head tip back. Keep going around. If you encounter any tight spots, maybe pause at the tight spot and do a little rocking back and forth. Explore easing out that tension. And when you finish the next circle, take a few in the other direction. When you finish the next circle, lift your chin, look forward again. Take the leg in front, hoist the leg, and get your fingers all in between your toes. So support the weight of the leg, let the leg hang, let the foot hang, let the ankle be relaxed. And letting your arm, your hand do the work. Roll your foot around to open your ankle. Go slowly and gently. A few times in each direction. Sometimes the trickiest thing is just getting the ankle to release and letting the hand and the arm do the work. The ankle wants to help. It wants to move around. Release your toes. Use both hands, both arms to cradle your leg. Let your femur hang in the hip socket. Let the leg be a dead weight and make circles with your leg. Just gently exploring how much movement it wants to make, not forcing anything. If there's any resistance, gently explore it. At some point, change direction. Let that leg down and let's grab the other one. Let it be limp, let the foot be limp. Grab the toes. Nice slow circles with this ankle. Change direction. Release your toes. Hoist the leg and make those nice slow circles with the whole leg. Change direction. Now let your leg down. Now let's come up onto our hands and knees. Bring your hips above your knees, your shoulders above your wrists or behind your wrists. If it's too much on your wrist to have your shoulders right above your wrists, you might have your hands further forward. Inhale, bring your heart forward, let your head and tailbone go up. Exhale to bring your heart up and let your head and tailbone come down. Continue for a few more breaths at your pace. Follow your own breathing. And after your next exhale, come back to table. Spine parallel to the floor. Reach back and press into the ball of your left foot. With an inhale, reach your right hand forward with your thumb pointing up. If you want to go further, on an inhale, pick your left foot up, reach straight back. If you want to go further, bend your knee, reach back. See if you can take hold of your foot or ankle. Kick against your hand, lift your knee and lift your chin. And it's okay to reach back and not connect with that grip. Maybe you don't quite get the bind. Release any binds, let your knee and your hand come down. Reach back and press into the ball of your right foot and take a couple breaths. With an inhale, raise your left arm, reach forward. If you like, on the next inhale, raise your right foot, reach straight back. If you like, bend your knee, reach back. If you can, take the bind, open the midline and the shoulder, and stretch the quads. Release and lower down. Bring your big toes together, send your knees further apart. Sit back towards your heels, walk your hands forward, and let your head come down. Child's pose. Just breathe here for a minute. Tune into what's going on in your body again. Notice whatever there is to be noticed. Inhale, come slowly forward and up. And step your left foot up between your hands. And step your right foot up to meet it. Hang out in forward fold, explore. Swaying back and forth as you bend and straighten one leg and then the other. Nice and slowly. Nod your head yes. Then shake your head no. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale to come down again. Inhale, roll to standing, hands up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Release your hands to hang at your sides. Raise your right shoulder towards your ear. Shift it back and let it down. And your left shoulder up and back and down. Inhale, reach for the walls. Exhale, reach for your shoulder blades and hug yourself. Take a big deep breath. Inhale, open your arms again. As you exhale, cross them the other way, reach for your shoulder blades again. Take another deep breath or two. Inhale, open up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale to come back through center. As you exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, let your arms come down. Inhale your arms out and up, camera adjustment there. And release your fingers, flip your palms up, look up at your hands and lift up your heart. Inhale, bring yourself upright. Exhale, bend to the left. Feel full length through both arms and try to keep your right heel down. Inhale slowly through center and exhale to bend to the right. See if you can keep the left heel down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, let your arms come down. Take a sip of my water before I move forward. Inhale your arms out and up overhead. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale to fold forward. Plant your hands. Let's step back to plank. Hang out for a couple breaths. Find that nice long plank shape. You can lower your knees if you like a shorter plank. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Keep your elbows in close. Challenge yourself. See how slow you can go. Don't stop breathing. Eventually come all the way down. Untuck your toes. Rest your chin on the ground. Or rest on one cheek if it's not comfortable to be on your chin. Reach your arms to the sides. Palms down. I know it's hard to see me. I'll use lots of words, so you don't need to see me. So you're flat on your belly with your arms reaching out to the sides. You're going to use the floor as a prop to do shoulder opening, maybe add in some twisting. See how we feel as we go. Lots of choices. Grab the floor with your left hand. Walk your right hand in towards you and press away from the floor. So you roll onto your left hip. Let the left side of your head rest on the mat. So your right hand ends up sort of near your chin, pressing into the floor. And that might be plenty to do. Maybe you just stay right there and hang out. If you want to explore other things, maybe like opening a pair of scissors, lift your right leg away from your left. If you want to go further, let your right heel drift back. If you want to go further, bend your knee and then see what happens with the weight of your leg hanging there. Maybe the foot drifts towards the floor. Maybe it just hangs or maybe it touches down. And maybe that's plenty to do. If you want to go even further, you might raise your right arm up, reach your fingertips towards the ceiling. And like an owl turning its head, you might rotate your arm back and forth. Or you might bend your elbow and bring the back of your hand towards your lower back and explore this half bind. And we'll come out of this all very slowly, rewinding everything. So just reversing the order. If you moved your right hand, bring it back over by your chin and plant it. Use that force of that arm to stabilize yourself. If you moved your right leg, lift your foot, straighten the leg, slide the foot forward so it's above the other foot, And then close the scissors, let the foot down. Walk your right hand back out to the side so you come back onto your belly. Rest on your chin or rest on one cheek for a few breaths. And check out the difference between each side of the body. What feels different? There's no wrong answer. Notice whatever is there to be noticed. Turn your chin back to center a moment. Grab the floor with your right hand and slowly start to walk your left hand in. Press away from the floor with your left hand. Rock onto your right hip, pressing your right shoulder to the floor, resting your right side of your head on the floor. And then you decide whether that's enough or if you want to go further. You might open the legs, let the left heel drift back, bend the left knee, see where that leg might want to go. And if you want, you might explore lifting your left hand up, exploring the rotation in your shoulder, or taking that half bind, or a bit of both, a bit of each. If you've moved your left hand off the floor, take your time, bring it back there, use it to steady yourself. If you moved your left leg, raise your foot, straighten the knee, slide the foot forward, let the left foot come to rest against the right foot again. Walk your left hand back out to the side. When you land on your belly again, rest on one cheek or rest on your chin for a few breaths. And observe how everything feels now. If you're resting on one cheek, turn your head to center, rest on your chin. Bring your hands in under your shoulders. Press into your hands, hug your elbows in towards your body. Inhale, lift your head, lift your chest to whatever height feels okay. Listen to your low back. Find your heart opener. Exhale, rock back, pass through table, come up onto hands and knees. Curl your toes under, press into your feet to lift your knees. Press into your hands and lift your butt up in the air, downward facing dog. And pedal your feet up and down. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, come down. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Now for the next series, I'll go this way. Different view, different angle. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale down. Rest your hands and step back to plank. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down again. And reach your hands back by your hips, palms down, fingertips pointing down towards the toes, down in the direction of the toes. Inhaling, lift your chin, Lift your feet, lift your hands, maybe lift your knees, lift your chest, keep breathing. As you breathe in, your belly expands, feel your body rock up and down a bit. Exhale slowly, let everything down. Rest on your chin or rest on one cheek if you like. Take a couple breaths. If you're resting on one cheek, turn your head back to center, rest on your chin. Bend your knees, reach your heels towards your butt. One side at a time. Reach your hand back, see where you can connect. Take hold of foot or ankle or shin. Get a bind on one side, go for the other side. You might also use your strap here. You could have one end of the strap in each hand, have the strap going across the tops of the feet or the front of the ankles. Use the strap to get into a bind. Inhaling, lift your chin, kick against your hands, lift your chest. Maybe your knees lift, maybe they don't. You breathe in, your belly fills, your body rises a bit. You exhale, things lower a bit. Nice deep belly breaths. Keeping the grip for now, relax down, relax your legs, let your head come down. Let your hands land, keep your feet up, and let your legs wobble back and forth like windshield wipers. Feet go to one side, feet go to the other. Let your feet come down again. Bring your hands under your shoulders again. Press into your hands, inhale, lift your head and chest to whatever heart opener you want. Maybe it's cobra, low cobra, or high cobra. Maybe it's up dog. Exhale, rock back and up and find downward dog. And we won't stay here too long. Take 3 cleansing breaths. Okay, your knees come down. Make your way to child's pose again. Turn inward. Notice what's going on. Vary your child's pose any way you like. Inhale, come forward and up. And we'll transition to a seat. Cross your ankles. Walk your hands in towards your knees. And maybe you sit back and roll over your ankles, or maybe you tip onto one hip. Swing your legs around. All meet sitting up like this. And then bring the soles of your feet together, a good distance away from your pelvis. If there's room to do so, slide your hands under your ankles and grab the floor. If there isn't room, reach over your ankles and grab the floor. Walk your hands forward. Use the traction in your arms to come deeper into this fold. Let your head go, let your neck relax. Breathe into your lower back. Slowly scoot your hands back. Press up. Bring your torso upright. Now slide your feet in as close as you can. Keep them together. Interlace your fingers and grab the ends of your toes. Wiggle on your seat. Tilt your pelvis forward. Inhale, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward, spine nice and long at first. See how far that'll go. See how low the long spine wants to come. And let your head lower, let your neck go. Breathe into your hips. Inhaling slowly, sit up. Bring your hands to the outsides of your knees. Let your arms push your knees towards each other. Plant your feet. Extend your feet out. Extend your legs and flex your feet back towards you. Inhale, reach your arms out and up overhead. Exhale, fold down over your legs. If your knees want to bend, let them bend. When you inhale, think of the crown of your head reaching forward. When you exhale, think of lowering down some more. Feel for release in your lower back as you explore, maybe using the action of your breath to maybe deepen the fold. Inhaling, slowly walk your hands up the front of your legs and sit yourself up. Draw your knees up at the soles of your feet. Scoot forward towards your heels. Come onto your forearms and come onto your back. If you've got blocks, you might use blocks here as we explore bridge. Forgot to move my blocks within reach before I came down. Bring your heels in as close to your butt as they'll go, lying on your back. And if you've got the blocks and you want, you might put a block in the middle position between your knees. Press into the soles of your feet and inhale to lift your hips up to come to bridge pose. And maybe take a few breaths at the top, or maybe float up and down. Or maybe you take supported bridge. You could bring a block under your sacrum and come down to rest on top of the block. So explore your bridge as you like. Maybe you feel like going up and down several times. I feel like doing the supported bridge, so I'm doing supported bridge. If you're moving up and down, you can go as high as you want, go as slowly as you want. Add extra breaths where you want, maybe at the top of the movement or maybe at the bottom. Maybe you go up and down a few times and then come to the supported version. We'll spend another minute or so in whatever bridge you like. Now let's wrap up with bridge. So if you're still in supported bridge like I am, press into your feet, inhale, lift up again. Remove the block from under you. As you exhale, slowly come down. Just rest for a couple breaths after the last touchdown. Move any blocks out of the way if you've been using the blocks. And reorient myself here. Cross your right ankle above your left knee. Bring your hands to your left thigh and draw your left knee in towards you. See if you can keep your sacrum on the ground. Your knee's not going to move much, and that's okay. This is about what's going on in your hips. So feel into your hips. Notice what's going on as you draw that left knee in towards you. Stay there, or if you like, move your right hand to the inside of your right knee. And as you keep drawing your left knee towards you, nudge your right knee away from you. Let your arms relax and let your left foot down if it's raised. Switch your legs. Plant the right foot, cross your left ankle above your right knee. Bring your hands to your right thigh now and start to draw your right knee in. Take a few breaths. Bring your left hand to the inside of your left knee. Nudge your left knee out as you draw your right knee in. Let your arms relax. Let your right foot down again. Uncross your legs. Draw your knees towards your chest. Grab your strap. And open it up. Hold one end in each hand and run it under your feet. And reach your feet up towards the ceiling. So your legs and your strap and your arms are long. Stay grounded in your sacrum and shoulder blades and back of your head. Point your toes up at the ceiling. Take a couple breaths. Point your toes down towards your face for a couple of breaths. Let your feet relax. Slide them slowly apart as far as you want, as far as it feels okay to you. Take a couple breaths there. Let the strap help you draw on the strap to slowly slide your feet back together. Take your right foot out of the strap, press the back of your right leg down, hold the strap in your right hand and reach your left arm to the side. Bring your leg over to the right and turn your head to the left. Try to keep your shoulder blades grounded. Come slowly back up to center. Take the strap in your left hand, press down on the front of your right hip, and let your limbs fall to the left. Try to keep your right cheek on the ground. Keep your pelvis from rolling. Maximize opening in the left hip. Ever so gently, bring your limbs back to center. Raise your right leg, step your right foot inside the strap. Take your left foot out, press the left leg down. Reach your right arm to the side. Bring your leg to the left and turn your head to the right. Slowly come back to center. Take the strap in your right hand. Press down on the front of your left hip. Let your limbs fall to the right. Nice and easy. Come back to center. Lift your left leg. Draw your knees towards your chest. Set your strap aside. Hug your knees. Rock and roll on your back. Reach your feet up. Reach your hands up. Take hold of your legs or your feet, however you want to take hold. Play with bending and straightening your arms and legs. Any movement that you like is fine here. Maybe it's a little, maybe it's a lot. Maybe it's real gentle movement, or maybe you explore some deeper stretching as you hold on to your legs or feet. And play as long as you like with inverting here. When you feel complete, make your way to your final resting pose, which might be the traditional corpse pose, Shavasana, or might be any resting pose you want, wherever you can be comfortably still for some minutes of quiet breathing. Maybe reflecting on an intention of yours, maybe just observing your breath, focusing on that, or maybe just unfocusing, letting your mind wander, catching up with yourself, integrating the benefits of practice. As your breath slows down and deepens again, and your body continues to relax a little more with each breath. Give yourself some deeper breaths. Invite your body to move again, bit by little bit. Let your movements gradually grow bigger and bigger. Taking your time, moving mindfully. When you're ready, gently make your way back up to a seated or kneeling position. Bring your hands up by your heart. Thank you for meeting and sharing practice today. The light within me sees and bows to that same light in each of you. Namaste.